If you've ever felt lonely around this holiday season, if you have some emotions and you don't know how to process them and get through them, then this video is for you. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angèle Cristina, a certified life coach, and today we're going to discuss loneliness. Are you ready? I have chosen to speak about loneliness at this time of year, and even if you're not watching this around the holiday season, it doesn't matter, because there's still a lot of shame and stigma around being lonely. I have traveled across 4 countries. I have been away from home for 8 years now, and there are days where even in a crowd of people, even with other human beings around me, I feel lonely. First of all, I want to acknowledge that all the feelings that are coming up for you and making you feel lonely are okay. They are valid, and it is okay to feel them, and you have permission to feel them. There is nothing wrong with you, and you don't necessarily need to change today. However, I do want to share a couple of tips with you, both from experience, but also from what I do and what I bring to the table as a life coach. I feel loneliness, even as a word itself, is quite shunned upon. I remember once I was listening to a podcast and it described the similarity of loneliness and solitude. And it was sharing and showing that solitude is like an experience and a choice of being alone, like a self-care ritual where you take yourself to a silent monastery. That would be an experience of solitude. But loneliness is the same. It just carries heavy energy and shame and makes us feel guilty that there's something wrong with us. So the first thing I did when I started acknowledging and realizing that I felt lonely is I changed the word. I'm not saying I did not acknowledge the loneliness. I just changed the title of what I'm feeling, and I said, okay, I'm going through a phase of solitude. And immediately I started feeling better about myself. So if this word solitude resonates more with you than loneliness, because solitude does not have the shameful connotations with it, then of course you have permission to use it. Loneliness for itself is something that is not advertised. We are not recommended to be alone that much, but I feel that whatever the world was going through, for me, the pandemic literally forced me to be with myself. A person who used to love being with crowds of people, being on stage, in the spotlight, on TV, acting as a teacher in a classroom. I was always surrounded with people in choirs, in shows. That time really gave me no choice but to sit with myself and my emotions. And it was hard. It was a very hard time for me because all these feelings, all these experiences were new, and I did not know how to articulate them. I did not know how to get through them, how to process them, what to do with these things, because I'm always with others. So I never stopped to take time for myself to acknowledge and process any other things besides being with people. I used to think I'm an extrovert, for example, and now I've recognized that actually I need both, because now I need my alone time. Now my loneliness is a gift. Now if I'm feeling that I need to be alone rather than I am alone, but I choose as part of my self-care practice and routine to be alone, I know that I need to get through something. I know that I need to go through something through my head. I've had a challenging year. This year, perhaps you've seen the previous video about my story about being diagnosed with fibroids, and if you haven't, have a look after watching this video. However, yeah, I've had a lot of time alone, and during those lonely times, I had thoughts, I was anxious, I was stressed, I started feeling depressed. Sometimes loneliness also comes from a chemical imbalance. I've had a hormone imbalance, so I was going through times and through challenges that were also medical. Do seek help of professionals. Do seek out help and support from people who you know love you as you are. Do share your experience, because I can guarantee that there are others who are feeling similar emotions to you and me and what I've been through. This is why I'm doing this video, and perhaps start realizing that you are not alone and that you can feel whatever you're going through with others. Realize that you are not an odd one out. Realize that whatever you are experiencing at this time is also okay to experience, and perhaps seek guidance and support and learn a little more. Inform yourself of how you can gauge and get through these challenging times. If you have no idea of where to go to get some help and support, I have created a training which I called Holiday Renewal: How to Navigate the Festive Season with More Ease. And in this training, I share 5 do's and don'ts so that you go through the festive season, the holiday season, or these heavy emotions. It doesn't have to be the festive season only, with more ease and with some guidance. And if this training is calling you, if you find it enticing and is resonating with you, do find this training from the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching another one of my YouTube videos. I do encourage you to like and subscribe so that we continue growing this family together. And don't forget, you do you because you are worthy.